So I'm here with Osama from Beyond Horizons Tuition, and first of all, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much, Matthew.
And can you start us off by giving us a broad overview of what Beyond Horizons Tuition is all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, around about 10 years ago, this was something we started off as we began with Al Bashir Academy. And long before 10 years ago, this was one of the visions and dreams of my father, who's with us here today. And he dreamt of having his own school, moving into a university back in, I imagine, the 80s or the 90s.
Okay.
And eventually, back in 2013, we got it started, and we started tutoring, and we started very low level. So we started with a handful of 2 students, built it up to 4, and then from there we progressed over the years. And a couple of years ago, we branched out into Beyond Horizons Tuition. Now, the overview of the fundamental aspect of Beyond Horizons Tuition was to educate students, providing them with supplementary education in 3 subjects: in maths, in English, and in science. And what we wanted to do was provide them with such an education that would allow them to accelerate beyond their growth, beyond their potentials.
Okay.
Some students here in the UK, they struggle with basic understanding of maths,
Okay.
with English, with science, which are the core subjects in a British curriculum. And we wanted to provide them with that education so that they can not only succeed just in their secondary education or primary education, but then go much further beyond that. So increasing their skills, accelerating their growth, allow them to understand and get to the mastery level of mathematics, of science, of English, in order for them to improve their lives.
And some tuition companies look at remote services as well. You're focused on face-to-face teaching.
100%, yeah.
And why is that such an important aspect?
I think for us, we wanted to be face-to-face. We not only that we tried online back in COVID, during those times, we tried the online tuition services. However, we found that the students, they weren't focused, they weren't engaged. They didn't get the most benefit out of it. So we went back to being completely 100% face-to-face tuition, so that the tutors, they stand in front of the students, and we work in very small groups of between 4 to 10 students in a group.
Okay.
And the style of tuition that we go for, it's face-to-face, not just giving them worksheets or letting them work on laptops or computers or PCs. We provide them with a planned, taught lesson delivered by a qualified teacher who is an expert in their realm within that subject, be it maths, English or science, and they teach them face-to-face in order to help the student accelerate in the best possible way. I mean, that what you get face-to-face, you cannot get behind a computer screen.
Of course.
That level of experience is phenomenal, and it allows the students to boost and accelerate within their learning.
And as you've just mentioned, accelerate there, I suppose that's the overriding reason why any student would come to you or take up tuition, as it is, of course. But there must be, but there are a variety of reasons why a student would think to take up extra private tuition on the side. So what are the core reasons for you why students come to you?
Yeah, so I want to start by saying that there's 3 main reasons why students come to us. Now, number 1, the student is struggling in school. They're struggling in the subjects. And the parents decide, right, we need to find somewhere to provide them with supplementary education that we're going to pay for, so that my child can develop and exceed in their understanding. So they might not be working at a pass at the level that they're at, be it in primary, be it in secondary, or working towards the GCSEs. And the student will then start their tuition with us in order for us to help them to at least pass their exams. That's number 1. Number 2, students who are doing really well at school. Now, parents, even then, they decide, right, my child is doing brilliant at school. Let's say they're working at their GCSEs, they're working at grade 7 or grade 8. We want to give them an extra push so that they can get to that grade 9, the mastery level. So that's where we come in, and we help the student to get them to that grade that they're wanting. And over the last year alone, we had around 17 different students who managed to get at least 2 A stars, grade 9s, within their GCSE exams.
Yeah, the return that you've had in terms of, since you've started has been, in terms of exam results, and the success there has been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Well, I want to just, sorry, I forgot to finish off my third point. So third point on why students choose us is because of the results that we have provided for the students and the reputation we have built up over the years. Not only do we help them succeed in their subjects, but we help them to succeed in different areas of life, such as allowing them to build on their self-confidence, getting them to become decision makers, and help them with their problem-solving skills. Now, all of that encompassed, coming on to your question just now, we have, over the last decade, achieved a 97% success rate in GCSE passes.
Yeah, and that's
Across the
across
board.
English, maths, and
That's
science.
across English, maths, and science. Well, English language, English literature, maths, and all three sciences: biology, chemistry, and physics.
That's fantastic. That shows a real consistency in the level of learning, and that you're getting those students engaged, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. Students, we are one of the only tuition centres who have a complete five-star service on Google. All of our reviews are 5 stars across Google, across Trustpilot, on Facebook, on Instagram.
And finally, Summer, you mentioned a word earlier, mastery, and that's something that there's a program around that you're developing at the moment.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So over the past 12 months and looking forward for the next 12 months, we've been trying to get mastery of the fundamental concepts in both mathematics and in the science subjects. Now, the program that we're developing with regard to mastery is how can we take a student who is great at algebra,
Okay.
but then when it comes to the problem-solving questions at a GCSE level that are probably working at grade 9, they struggle at that. So how do we get them from understanding algebra really well, but then being able to conquer all of algebra? It's then taking that step from over here and allowing them to get to that mastery level.
Okay.
And it's a tailored program with select students and very limited places that we take on so that the tutor can work with those key individuals who can actually achieve beyond their potentials.
Well, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
And thanks very much for taking time to speak to us today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You too.